Hi everybody, and welcome back on my modeling channel. So today what we are going to do, we're gonna rescue a kit who was really taken care of during my last relocation. So originally I made a few years ago I made a 777-300 from Emirates, and well, while I relocate to where I am today, it was nicely taken care of by the transporter. So I decided that I'm gonna rebuild it again, and this time I will make an Air Austral 777-300ER, and I will do the modification on that kit. So for this kit I will use what's left on my previous aircraft. I managed to get all the undercarriage as well, at least they were still there, and I will have to use some aftermarket parts from Contrail to rebuild basically the wingtip to make a 777-300ER. So we're gonna use those parts and we're gonna do. So let's get on with it. So what I will do, I'm gonna use some decals provided by 8 Alpha decals from Mexico, and I will do a French livery, as I as you realize on my previous video, I enjoy colorful liveries, so I will do these from nice pictures from Réunion Island. So let's start rebuilding and making some more details on that 777. So I initially had to start that project by cleaning off the model itself. So removing all the decals, smoothing all the angles and all the paint. And I have to say that it took a couple of hours to get a proper result. Then of course when this was done, it was time to start rebuilding and reassembling. So initially I had to put some weight, of course, and then I tried to glue, and of course had the plastic banded for quite a while. I had to add some adhesive band. After that I used some super glue and tried to make the perfect adjustment for that fuselage and let it dry, and after that I had to start all over again with adding some putty and filling up all the gaps and trying to get the proper shape for that 777-300. After that I decided to start the wings. So initially I took those Contrail wingtips from the 777-300ER, and of course I had to sew the edge of the wings of my models, adjust them, and of course I had to use some super glue to get them on the wings. And of course once again after that you have to fill the gaps, add some putty, let it dry, and while this was drying out slowly I had to start again sanding down all the gaps and the putty I had on my fuselage, and I had to do that for a couple of hours. Of course there is a lot of sanding, cleaning, adjusting, and filling up some new gaps and to get the proper shape. On that model I also wanted to add some more details, so what I did is I added the APU, and so basically that's the intake of the APU, take the measurements, and of course it took quite a while to remove all the plastic to open it at a proper shape. And after that what we did the APU air intake. I used some plastic cards and reassembled everything together. And as you can see, basically it's a very straightforward small rectangle of plastic glued to other ones, and basically you let it dry and then you'll be able to put it on. Of course after that I had to add some more, fill some more gaps with some white putty, and I used 2 different colors to basically be able to see where are the difference. After that I used 2 plastic sheets to create the satellite antenna for the internet on board. So basically I glued two parts of plastic together, and then I had to sand it down at the proper height.
Once the glue was done, I sent down my satellite antenna and I tried to bring it at the proper shape, and then now it's time to glue it on, and of course I'll have to add some putty. Now what we are going to do, we're going to add that APU door on the tail of the aircraft, and now filling up all the gaps on the satellite antenna. Now it's time to add some more details to our kit. So what I did is I put some very small part of plastic cards, and those where some antennas were located. Now what I will do on that part is I will redo completely the nose wheel and also the main landing gear on that aircraft. So you will have that on a proper video where you can see everything into more details, but basically what I did is I cut some parts, and with some plastic cards I recreate some details, basically the towing part, which is located on the front part of the nose gear, the scissors as well, which I'm doing right now. And of course you remove them and add some more detailed parts. I also redid on later on parts the actuator for the nose wheel steering as well. So let's add some more details now on our wings. I'm putting the jettison basically part for these wings, and also had to add some putty as I saw some gaps basically in the flaps fairing. So I had to add putty and let it dry and then sand it down once again. After that I decided to get some more details on the paint inside the engine. So basically I had to put this gap, as I have a small ring of a black color toward the fan of the 777 engines. Now it's time to get to the final phase of our build. So I'm gonna glue the wings back together, of course, let them dry at the proper diagonal. Add a little bit of normal glue, which will give some more bonding to the structure, and of course again adding some putties on the wing root. Let them dry, and of course sanding down once again. It's now time to paint our models. So initially I will do the corrugat on the wings and the horizontal stabilizer. Then I will of course paint the wings, the engine mounts in a very light grey color. So for this I use a mix of white and very light grey. And then I had to paint our fuselage in a glossy white color. Let's do some more details on our undercarriage. So now I'm using basically the metallic paint, and all this work will be based on some pictures I have regarding the 777 undercarriage. So now I'm going to work basically on some struts that you will see here, and they are located on the front part of the landing gear. So all this once again is based on the picture. So there will be some plastic will be added, some plastic card that I'm gonna cut in small pieces, and some electric wiring who will replicate some of those wires that you have on the aircraft. Now we're gonna paint our struts in a metallic color, and now we're gonna use some black color to paint our electrical wires, and then that's going to be for both main gear and nose gear. After that, we're going to use a dark wash of the panel lines from Tamiya to get some more weathering on our undercarriage. So to replicate the nose landing lights, what I used was some older crystal from some jewelry of my wife, and basically that gave a pretty nice effect on the nose landing gear. So that would be the last part of details on that landing gear. After that, we start decaling the whole model. I have to say that those decals are quite fragile, so I would recommend to add a little bit extra care on that. And especially on the long Air Austral, basically I had to cut it in 3 pieces to make sure that they wouldn't break while I would apply them. So it's now time to add some more details to our model, and basically what I did on that was it's an antenna located toward the end of the aircraft. And this one has basically some white and red stripes. So we're going to paint them. Then we're going to add the gear door to our models, add the decals, and of course slowly add all the antennas, rotating beacon, and the final touch-up. So this is the final result of that 777-300 who was completely renovated. I had of course some more details. I hope you enjoy that build and that rescue kit with me. If you did so, please give me a thumbs up, or you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel if it's not done yet. And I will see you soon in another build. Thank you for watching.